there are many layers to the way that we pair people with Shine. We're very strategic and conscientious. We are diverse and inclusive without it being incredibly calculated, but we are fully aware of what we are projecting, and once we've met people and we see how they work together, we realize that yes, we are in fact, supplying the community with diversity and inclusion and various perspectives. I think overall, our chapter, the DC chapter, has been extremely cognizant of who they're bringing in across the board. We look at everything we do look at race, we look at gender, we look at discipline, we look at location, we look at years of service. I'm sorry, not years of service, years in the profession. We look at, is this person a parent? For many years, AIGA DC didn't have a lot of parents on their board. Why? Because it was a working board. I don't know if you remember, but I think when you were on the board, there weren't any parents that were part of it.
Very few, and it was a difficult transition, I think, for people who work full time, or parents, obviously full time, and but making a point of making sure that we are having voices from all groups is really important.
It is. I mean, the DC chapter's representation is not all young professionals and millennials. It is a little bit of everything, and so it's important. It was always important to the board, and even more so now, that we are representative of our community, and that community is wide and varied. That diversity of thought is really helpful on the board and in the community because, again, everybody brings a different perspective and a different background. You need those voices in order to strive and to thrive and to grow. It's one thing to have people that are all the same start something and watch it scale out, but they're going to get to a point where they can't grow anymore. That's when you need a diversity of thought, and you need that early in the process versus later. So what Kerry and I have been doing through Shine is providing these opportunities for different people to meet. We're not hoping that it's going to be a love fest and people are going to continue after 4 months to have this great and wonderful relationship, but we do want to provide the opportunity for them to learn and to grow and to hear from somebody that is not like them, that they don't know. So where we do have similarities in matching, we also are very cognizant of the fact that they probably are not going to be 100% identical, and that is okay.
I think that's the point. We've definitely had a few teams that have approached us kind of after their first meeting and say, I'm not sure what I'm going to be able to offer this person, or is this the right match? And that's the whole point, is we want to push everybody to find that interconnectivity that may not be there on the surface, to dig deeper and ask the questions in order for a better outcome. Because if you're going to get along with somebody who has the same thought and the same direction of thinking, and if you do that, then what's the point?
You're not being challenged.
Yeah,
and diversity and inclusion is not a comfortable thing.
Right.
It's not a nice to have, but you got to have it, and you have to be uncomfortable in order to grow sometimes. And so we don't purposely make it uncomfortable, but we know there are going to be these moments where people are going to be uncomfortable. And then we've had situations where they have been, and they acknowledge that in the very beginning, and then in the end it works out. They have end up having a great relationship, and both parties have learned, and they've grown, and they've gone, and they stay in contact. So yeah.